I stayed in Yola throughout last year, and what I noticed about them is their respect for culture and tradition. That is why I visited the Fombina Palace Museum, which is located in Yola, Adamawa State. The museum is housed within the palace of Lamido of Adamawa, the traditional ruler, which also has different artifacts, history of Fulanese and other tribes within the state. It gives you an understanding of the political structure of the Fombina kingdom and its rulers. I didn't just go there for history alone, but to dine and wine with Fura Danunu together with my friends.
The museum is showcasing the historical objects of the Fombina Emirate and the other ethnic groups within the Fombina Emirate and the wider neighbors of the Fombina Emirate. As you know, this particular emirate of Fombina was initially established in 1806 when Sheikh Uthman bin Fodio gave a letter of appointment to Modibo Adama, that is the founder of Fombina Emirate. Sheikh Usman bin Fodio has appointed 14 flag bearers. We have Kano Emirate, Zazzau Emirate, Ilorin, Daura, Hadeja, Misau, Kasina, Bauchi, Fombina, and the rest. So Fombina is one of the largest in terms of land mass, also the most heterogeneous emirate. And this is the map of the old Fombina Emirate. That is how Fombina Emirate looks like before the disintegrations of the emirate. It comprised a very large portion of the present Cameroon Republic and some portion of the present Chad Republic. Look at Marwa, Garwa. So Fombina is a Fulfulde language meaning south. Lamido is also a Fulfulde language meaning a premier ruler. So Lamido Fombina, the premier ruler for the southern land of Sokoto. When Modibo Adama came back from Sokoto, he established the capital of the Fombina Emirate at Gurin. I don't know whether you know Gurin. I was there for 2 consecutive times also. So Gurin is just about 50 kilometers to there. So he stayed there for over 2 decades. He was able to appoint 41 flag bearers within the Fombina Emirate. Some places like Wase local government in Plateau State were used to be under Fombina Emirate. So Fombina is one of the most heterogeneous emirate. All these are ethnic groups that were used to be under Fombina Emirate. Although they have captured only the main ethnic groups without capturing the minor ethnic groups, issued to Modibo Adama when he appointed Modibo Adama to be his flag bearer in the Fombina Emirate, that is in the southern land of Sokoto. He initially deployed 4 major conditions to Modibo Adama, that he warned Modibo Adama to avoid operations, what we call Zalunshi in Hausa, should be totally avoided. Then wanton damage should also be avoided. Spilling of blood without the sanctions of law should be avoided also. And also nepotism should be avoided entirely during their administration. So these are the 4 major conditions that Sheikh Usman bin Fodio deployed to Modibo Adama. The letter was initially written in Arabic. When they are translating the letter, Professor Jibril Amin translated the letter into English version. So these are the translated versions of the letter. While this is the original flags of authority that Modibo Adama received from Sheikh Usman bin Fodio. Very fortunately to Fombina Emirate, if you go to the other emirates under Sheikh Usman bin Fodio like Kano, Zazzau, Ilorin, you cannot get their original flags. But Fombina is still maintaining their original flags from 1806. Then this is a brief history of Modibo Adama. It's a portrait to Modibo Adama. So he was at the age of 11 when his father sent him to go and seek additional Islamic knowledge. He proceeded to Bagarmi in Chad Republic. He stayed there for several years. After some time, he came back to Gazargamu in the present Yobe state. By that time, it was used to be under Borno Empire. 22. From there, Umaru Sanda, also a son of Modibo Adama, succeeded him from 1872 to 1890. Then Lamido Zubairu from 1890 to 1901. Then Lamido Bobo Amadou the first Lamido to be appointed by the British soldiers, that is the white men. It was during the era of Lamido Zubairu, the British soldiers have successfully invaded the Fombina Emirate, as we are going to see. So on the second day of September, when the invasion succeeded, now after some few days, on the 8th of September 1901, the British soldiers, after establishing their administrative focal point, of which they have appointed their own person to be a resident, just like a governor. So they have appointed Bobo Amadou, the younger brother to Lamido Zubairu, the same father, the same mother, to be the fifth Lamido of the Fombina Emirate. So he ruled for some few years. In 1909, the British soldiers has removed Lamido Bobo Amadou after he was unable to make the insistment of them, because they have been insisting that he should introduce the constitutional administrative, while by that time they only use Sharia law. So he has failed to do that because people cannot accept, and unfortunately he cannot use his veto power to introduce that constitution. So they have now removed him. And this is the first staff of office that Fombina Emirate have, that was introduced by Colonel Molan, the leader of the white men, that is the British soldiers. So this staff of office is what the British soldiers normally used to give with the letter of appointment, without giving the flag of authority. So this small flag of authority is the flag that Modibo Adama himself gave his flag bearers. As we have said, he has appointed 41 flag bearers. So this is exactly the flags that he used to give. They have retrieved one out of the 41 flags and returned back to this museum. All right, so when the British soldiers removed Bobo Amadou, they have now appointed Lamido Iya, the son of Lamido Umaru Sanda, to be the sixth Lamido. He ruled for some few months, for not even up to a year. He has honorably stepped down. So after he has resigned, they have appointed Lamido Abba, the district head of Gire by that time, the son of Lamido Bobo Amadou. So he ruled from 1910 to 1924 for good 14 years. When he died, they have appointed Lamido Maigari Bello, the son of Boboa, and Boboa is the son of Mallum Hamidu, while Mallum Hamidu is the son of Modibo Adama. So he ruled for only 4 years. He died. From there, the British soldiers have now appointed Lamido Muhammadu Mustafa Abba, the son of Lamido Abba. He ruled from 1928 to 1946. When he died, they have appointed Lamido Ahmadu Maigari, the son of Lamido Maigari Bello there. So he ruled from 1946 to 1953. Then from there, Lamido Aliyu Mustafa, the son of Lamido Mustafa Abba, has been appointed as the 11th Lamido on the 26th July 1953. Now, he died in 2010 after ruling for a good 57 years. So when Lamido Aliyu Mustafa died, his first son, Muhammadu Barkindo Aliyu Mustafa, PhD, was appointed as the 12th Lamido of the Fombina Emirate. And by that time, he was the Shiroma Adamawa. Like his father Aliyu Mustafa, before his appointment, he was the Wali Adamawa and the first Wali Adamawa. So Lamido Barkindo was the Shiroma of Adamawa by that time. So he's Al-Kibba locally. The clock that Lamido Aliyu Mustafa won in 1955 during his coronation, for about 50 years, during his 50th anniversary. So this particular cap, together with this turban and the cap that you have seen, the last one Lamido Aliyu Mustafa won officially during his lifetime. And this is a ceremonial sword donated to Lamido Aliyu Mustafa by Faculty of Engineering, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He was the longest serving chancellor of the university. So the university gave him this during his coronation as an award, while this is the longest trumpet that Fombina Emirate have. Lamido Aliyu Mustafa won this too in 1957 when he was appointed by the government to attend a London conference. It was a conference that was held by prominent Nigerians in London who were fighting for the Nigerian independence. And this particular boot that you see, we call it polo boot, is the one that Lamido Aliyu Mustafa inherited from his father Lamido Mustafa. Then this is a hand bongul made of silver that the late Nana Asma'u, the mother of Lamid Ali Mustafa, used. This is a police official swagger used by Aliyu Mustafa when he was a police officer. He was happened to be a police officer before his appointment. And this is a Quran that Lamid Aliyu Mustafa used during his swearing in. And this is the letter for the oath of allegiance of Lamid Aliyu Mustafa. That is water pot that was constructed to Modibo Adama in 1809 also in Green. They were keeping it there, the museum devices that can be used for communication. So in 1809, somebody has constructed this drum to Modibo Adama. They call it tambari in Hausa. We call it drum in Fulfulde. It was used by the palace for passing information. Information has a particular sound. It's just like a town crier that we have now. So if something happened bad, the sound is different. For happiness, the sound is different. This is Wobantu Kingi by name. She is Chamba by tribe. She was the first woman, whereas Wobantu Kingi, to be given a title of farm queen, that is Sarkin Noma. They don't normally give the title to a woman, but because of her courageous, activeness, hardworking, she was able to secure the title. And these are the farm tools that she used. She was from Gogra, a particular village from Karlahi area here in Fufore local government. So, and we have the other Shamba in other local government, not only here. So people were complaining that there is no Shamba in Fufore. They say, no, historically we have them here. If you go to Gogra, the only thing you know, sometime when time has taken, people used to change. For example, you are going to see the particular object that was used to be a symbol of chieftaincy to Bizan in Gire local government. But unfortunately now, there is no single individual that can speak the language. And you cannot identify a single person from that tribe. It has been wiped out, and this has been happening in Nigeria. Not only here. This is what we call shield. This particular shield is a grass-made shield, while this is an iron-based shield. So the two shields used by Birom, the Birom are in Plateau State now mostly. Can I ask? All right, yes. What brought Mambila history back? Mambila, that is the flag of Modibo Adama now. Oh. Mambila is in Taraba. I tell you, even Bine was used to be under Fombina Emirate. Look at this, the history of Birom in Plateau State. Even some part of Plateau State like Wase local government was used to be here. And we say that the ethnic groups within and the wider neighbors. That is what we have, within and wider neighbors. So the neighbors of the emirate, you can see their historical object here. This from him. All right. This is a drum, that is the tumbal that you have seen there. This was used by Mboi, an ethnic group here in Som. They were using this. They normally used to beat for passing information. Then this was used as helmet, and this was used as face mask. Many people were not aware about face mask until the corona era has came. People were using these face masks, especially those that are hunting. So helmet also used by the Igbo during hunting. Then this is a twins baby. Justifications of twins babies present in the house. They normally used to keep these when they had a twins babies in their houses. So they keep these. Yes. For identification? Yes. Ala and Ganda. They were using. Okay, you are from Uganda. So you know this now. You're supposed to explain this for us. I don't know. Yeah, so in the olden days, when something happened, there is no telephone, nothing that will be used to pass information. But they have this. When they blow it, people have been informed that something is happening. They will run to come and gather. But you know, in the olden days, the systems of the people were used to be highly decentralized. You will hardly see a centralized people. Every ethnic group is highly decentralized. You can see the ethnic groups here have their own currency, have their own king, different with others. You will also go aside with your other ethnic groups, with your king, with everything of you as different from others. So every ethnic groups have their own instrument that will be used for passing information. So Lala used this, Ganda used this, and many other things. As you can see, most of these are traditional musical instruments. In the olden days, Nigeria used this currency. We have the one from 1949 of Alexandra and the rest. I think you may know some of these. Most of the ethnic groups have their own currency, but the most widely accepted by many ethnic groups in the West Africa was this. We call it cowries, this one. And they normally get this in the river. It's just like a lively something. When they bring it out, they don't have the industrial cloth that we used to have now. So when they got cotton from their farms, they will now bring the cotton to here for spinning. When they have spinned this, that is to turn it into thread. So the thread will be turned to this. This is the cloth manufacturing instrument. So they will manufacture a particular cloth that they want. It will become out white just like the cotton. So if they want to change the color, they have the traditional dyeing. So they use the traditional dyeing to change the color.
Our dear participant, how presented, you can just explain the complexity of self. So, and it's minister to me in different ways.
Everyone that makes it here, and then to also comment our organizer, honestly, you can see my platform is not flashing again. But yeah, I enjoy it.